Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. Arsenal are set to have an exciting end to the transfer window as we look to do deals later rather than earlier. Now, in the last 3 years, it has been Arsenal signing players in June and July. However, by August this year, Arsenal have only signed one player, and that is Ricardo Calafiori. However, Edu has come out in the media and he has said that we are confident that by the end of the window, Arsenal will have completed the signing of some good names, and that is Arsenal are looking to sign 3 more players in this summer, regardless of whether we get a goalkeeper or not. We're going to be talking about that. We'll talk about the Nico Williams situation. We'll talk about Simon Adingra, and we'll talk about Leroy Sané as well, because according to Florian Plettenberg, the door is not closed for Arsenal and Barcelona on Nico Williams. It is the financial situation of these clubs that have been disturbing them, but it is not Bilbao, it is not the player who has shut the door to a move. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. This is your Arsenal transfer roundup and also the biggest stories as they come in. Now, in the last 7 days, it's been a little bit slow. It's been a little bit quiet around Arsenal, apart from the Merino end, where we got some exciting stories from Fabrizio Romano confirming that Arsenal are working on Merino. They're getting closer and they're working to find an agreement between them and Sociedad on the structure of the deal. Nothing really happened. Of course, we got a third bid for Edin Nketiah as well from Olympique Marseille, and Arsenal accepted that they will be selling the player for 30 million euros, and that will include a loan option plus an obligation. Ever since after that, we've not received any optimistic stories until today. So the first big story today comes in from Eduardo Gaspar, who is very, very confident that Arsenal are going to end up with a very good summer transfer window. We've signed one player so far, and that is Ricardo Calafiori. He has played his debut 1 game for preseason, and that explains to you all you have to know about Arsenal's preseason this summer and Arsenal's transfer business this summer. It's been very disorganized. It's been very, I don't think you can identify the real Arsenal with our transfer business this summer and with our preseason. Now, with preseason, I would say Mikel Arteta and whoever organized the games tried his level best, playing Man United, playing Leverkusen, Liverpool, and Lyon. Those are decent sides. Those are decent games. Together with Bournemouth, that's another Premier League side. I think we have tried to play good games, good teams, and they should be able to put us in a poor position for us to go again next season. But in terms of transfers, only one of our transfer, players has played in in preseason, a preseason game, and that was 15 minutes for Ricardo Calafiori. That is poor, absolutely very, very poor. And why that is poor is that you've got to think about it. If you want to sign players, in order for you to go and win the league, do you sign them late or do you sign them early? I think you signed them early. However, honestly, there is nothing we can take back now. It has happened. It has happened. We have not signed players, in July and June, and therefore we've got to go and do deals late in August. Whether you hate late transfers or you like them, it doesn't matter now. All these players that are going to come in are not going to have any preseason with them. So let's start off with Nico Williams. So with Nico Williams, Florian Plettenberg has actually given us a bomber right as I was planning to come for this video. And he says that the situation with Nico Williams and FC Barcelona is not as was reported before. Nico Williams wants to join FC Barcelona, and the move is still very, very open. However, at the moment, Barcelona financially cannot do that deal. Clubs like Arsenal are also still optimistic that Nico Williams would end up at their clubs this summer. So literally what this means is until deadline day, Nico Williams is still able to move from Atletico Bilbao to either Barcelona or Arsenal. Now, all sources have said it. He wants Barcelona, and I've always said if he wants Barca only, we've got to walk away. But there is a reason as to why Arsenal are not going away from this deal. There's a reason as to why Arsenal are still waiting patiently. First and foremost, the first reason, he is a market opportunity. It is a good deal. 58 million euros. That's around 49 million pounds. That's a very good deal. That's a ridiculously good deal for such a talent like Nico Williams. Now, are we going to get him? I'm not trying to say we are going to get him. I'm trying to say that Edu's saying that they are confident they will not disappoint us at the end of the window. And news coming out that Nico Williams is still available. Barca are trying to find a solution for the deal, but they still can't get around it. And Nico has not closed any doors in terms of a transfer. What does that mean? Okay, let's put this into perspective. As you know, Barca signed Dani Olmo in a deal that cost them around 66 million euros, and that deal is going to be amortized for around 5 years. Atletico Bilbao are saying, if you're going to take Nico Williams, if you're going to take our boy, you are going to pay 58 million euros in 1 or 2 installments. Actually, the bigger bunch of that money has to be paid in the first installment, and then the second installment will have you pay the smaller amount. So Barca cannot afford that. Can Arsenal afford that? Hell, we can do. I mean, we've not spent a lot of money, first and foremost. And also, secondly, much of the money that we have spent has been brought back through the sale of Tavares, Emil Smith-Rowe, potentially Ramsdale could go, and potentially Adingra could go as well. So the Nico Williams situation is still open. I think what Arsenal are waiting for is for Barcelona to concretely say, we are giving up on this deal, we cannot manage, right? And then Arsenal can officially pounce in, tell Nico Williams, we wanted to give you a chance to go to Barca because we respect your opinion, we respect what you want, but it doesn't look like you're going to Barca. They cannot afford this deal. Are you open to joining us? Because the player's not closed any doors regarding Arsenal, regarding Chelsea, regarding Liverpool, regarding any other club. Yes, he wants Barca, but it is not like the Mikel Merino situation where Mikel Merino has closed all possible doors to other clubs. He's informed them, I want to go to Arsenal, you can back off. So, Nico Williams, I'm not saying it is back on because I feel like we don't have a lot of time. And this is what I've already said. Nico is a difficult deal. And I said this with the Simon Adingra deal, the Simeon Adingra deal. You're going to work with, Atletico Bilbao, who don't want to sell. Therefore, you just have to trigger the release clause. Unless Arsenal want to trigger the release clause, but it's also going to take us some time to change the mind of the player from staying at Bilbao to wait for Barca for 1 more year, and also, coming to the Premier League from Atletico Bilbao. It's going to take some time. Can we do it within a week? I think we can. Honestly, I think we can. So let's wait and see. Could Nico Williams be among the 3 signings Arsenal expected to make? We wait for that one. But at the moment, the door is not closed at all possibilities. Moving to the Premier League, moving to Barcelona, and also staying at Atletico Bilbao. The other story is on, actually the biggest story has been Arsenal want to sign 3. And those 3 potentially are Merino, Gyokeres, and Simeon Adingra. Mikel Merino is the one that all publications think he's going to be number 1. He's going to be the one that comes out first. I've seen that there is a problem between Liverpool and Martin Zubimendi. Zubimendi is keen to play for Liverpool, and is okay with the idea of playing for Liverpool under Arne Slot. The problem with Martin Zubimendi is that he loves the Basque region in Spain very much. He would love to stay in Spain. He would love to stay at Real Sociedad. That is the problem. So they're trying to convince him. And I've also seen that there is a new proposal and a new contract for Martin Zubimendi by Real Sociedad to convince him to stay. So it works in our favor. If Martin Zubimendi decides to stay at Real Sociedad, Sociedad will not have a reason to worry about losing 2 of their best midfielders, in one window. Obviously, I've seen that they have signed Sukic. I've also seen that they're trying to sign this PSG boy, what's his name, Carlos Soler. So they're trying to sign Carlos Soler. They've signed Sukic. And that tells you that they're preparing for the loss of a number 8. And who is their number 8? Mikel Merino. So Mikel Merino is expected to be the one that Arsenal absolutely gets in first. Probably next week. I've seen Team News and Ticks say Arsenal expects this deal to get done next week. Whether we sign him early or not, I don't think any of our upcoming signings, including Calafiori, by the way, I don't think any of them is going to be part of the Wolverhampton Wanderers game. I think all our signings will start playing football after the first international break. So we'll play 3 games before the first international break, and after the first international break, that's when we might see a few players start to get incorporated into the squad here and there. So on the 17th, we shall play Wolves at home. Then we shall visit Aston Villa away on the 24th. Then we shall host Brighton at home on the 31st of August. After that, I think that will be deadline day as well. Oh, I thought August had 30 days, honestly. Then 15th September, we shall play Tottenham. 22nd September, we shall play Manchester City. And then, the other games shall follow. So I think many of our signings, starting with Ricardo Calafiori, will start playing football starting with the Tottenham game. We might see Calafiori in a few games here and there, maybe a few minutes, but I think we shall see many of them start to get enough minutes, starting with the Tottenham Hotspur game and the Manchester City game. So Mikel Merino, that one, we are confident. The second one that sources are saying could be is Simeon Adingra. Now, Simeon Adingra is a player that has just come up in the last 24 hours, and I thought I would do a video about him, but it's been crazy. Arsenal playing Lyon, winning the Emirates Cup, Calafiori getting his debut. I had to do a lot of videos. But Simeon Adingra is one that I believe Arsenal are looking at as not really a market opportunity, but a deal that makes sense. I think one of the deals that we've signed, one of the deals that we've done that is not a market opportunity that makes sense was the Declan Rice deal. Market opportunity? Not really. Does the deal make a lot of sense? Yeah, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think with Adingra, Arsenal are looking at a 22-year-old midfielder. Honestly, I want to say this. Gabriel Martinelli is having quite a drop-off in pace, in finishing, in confidence. I don't know what happened to him. Honestly, I don't know what happened to Martinelli. Whenever Trossard comes onto the pitch, it looks like Arsenal have a proper winger on the left. Whenever Martinelli is on the pitch, it looks like we have an abandoned kid on the left. Do I want him out of the starting 11? No. I still want Gabriel Martinelli to try. I still want to see him push. But what if he doesn't come back to his best this season? What if he's going to come back to his best next season? So that is where Simeon Adingra makes a lot of sense. Saka is one of the most kicked players, if not the most kicked player in the Premier League. You need cover for him because injury could strike any time. Trossard is old and Martinelli's form has refused to return. So Simeon Adingra makes a lot of sense. Plays on both wings. But this is why I think this deal is among the top 3 that we could do. Brighton need to sell. Guys, they are loaded in wide areas. Solimatch, Mitoma, Yankuba Minte. The other players I'm just forgetting, right? There are other players I'm just forgetting. So there is a big possibility that they sell one player this summer. And Simeon Adingra, despite the fact that he's been there for one season, that doesn't limit Brighton from selling. Remember Marco Kurela? One season to Chelsea. I think it was like 60 million euros. They made their profit, they moved on. So again, Simeon Adingra is a deal where they're going to look to make a massive profit. And think about this. They have signed Max Pfeiffer for 25 million euros, and they have signed Simeon Adingra, they have signed Yankuba Mite for around 35 million euros. If they combine that, that is 60 million euros. If they can get 60 million euros for Simeon Adingra, literally, one player has bought them to make sense. I've seen Yankuba Minte. He is a menace. Of course, the third deal is Victor Gyokeres. Will it happen? There are big questions on this one. I mean, the one I think will be very difficult will be Nico Williams. So can we let that one go? The next one in order of difficulty is Gyokeres. Don't let that one go. Work on it, but it's not going to be easy. Adingra, I mean, not very difficult. Same as Mikel Merino, not very difficult. Pay what they want. I don't think they're going to ask for 70, 80 million, right? Pay what they want and then you'll have your player. So Gyokeres is the one I would be surprised. Like, it would be a pre-birthday surprise if we get that one done. Leroy Sané, according to Team News and Ticks, would sign in the last days of the window if Arsenal became serious on that front. Now, we know that we had a German mystery player that we wanted, and until now, almost every German player has signed for another club. What's the name of this boy that has gone to Dortmund? The striker. I was going to call him Biarritz. It's not Biarritz. Biarritz is the one that we sold to Stamgras. I've just forgotten his name. From Hoffenheim, 30 million euros. I'm wondering why Arsenal didn't look there. But Fulkrug is gone. So many German players have actually switched sides. Maybe if Arsenal looking for but I think it would be Sané. And like I said, for me, again, I still think Sané would be like a deadline day signing.